What's happening, everybody? Lance Beyond Levels. Another day, different machine. Um, Out here just playing in the dirt. One of my favorite things to do. It doesn't even feel like work, honestly, when I'm out here playing in these things. So, analytics have spoken a little bit, and it definitely seems like everybody's enjoyed more the personal aspect, learning who I am, where I come from, all that over the things that have helped me change my mindset so far. So I'm gonna mix in a little bit more of um, who I am, where I've come from, all that for everybody that doesn't know me, um, and we'll mix in the other stuff with the interviews and everything like that. But today, just kind of a candid episode here that I wasn't gonna do, and my brain's been kind of stewing all day. Got a new mic set up, so hopefully everybody can hear me here. Um, but just a candid episode um, of some things that are going on right now. So, year, year and a couple months ago, I moved New York to Florida. Those that follow me on socials know the story, and it's been fantastic. Um, the thing that hasn't been fantastic is the wage to expenses aspect down here. Um, and it's something that's been bugging me, but I'm working on enough things right now that I know it's all going to be good. One thing that I've come to the realization that it's not worth holding on to right now is my one material prized possession, which would be my '86 Monte Carlo. I've had a few Monte Carlos over the years, but this particular car I've had for 14 years now. Um, Completely intended on it being something that was going to be handed down to my boys, and it's just something that's going to have to go right now. Um, Car insurance prices are through the roof in Florida, um, along with housing costs and things of that nature, and it doesn't make sense. My insurance on the thing has went up like I don't even know at this point, like 700% since moving down here. And I have the classic car insurance on it, which is supposed to be way cheaper than traditional insurance. But I know I have friends and family that watch these episodes and people that have come close in my life, and I'm not looking for any type of help or anything like that. A lot of times, social media can make something seem uh, a lot larger or better than it is. Um, and I think it gets a lot of people caught up on they're not doing enough or they don't have the best lives or any of that. And I got to tell you, even though there's these elements going on right now, you can fold under the pressure of, say, if you end up in this situation, or you can hunker down and know you're going to do better. If you can start changing and thriving in the current state of the states, because it's not just here, but if you can start thriving in the state of the states right now, when things come on the upswing, because the upswing always comes, think about how much further you can propel. And that's all I'm focusing on right now. I have, in the last year, um, Jenna and I, my wife, have started three different companies, and part of that tightness is getting those off the ground, and getting those off the ground and heading towards an upswing market. I can only imagine where we're going to be in a couple of years. Um, Not everybody knows the story, but some people know the story. Uh, it was only 10 short years ago that was I had a job. I was doing fine. I had a salary, health insurance benefits, all of that. And 2 weeks before my son was born, my oldest, I lost my job. And I lost my job. I didn't have much of a network at the time. Some people knew me, not many people knew me. Um, and so I was unemployed, living in my parents' basement when my son came into this world. And I say parents' basement, it was a beautiful spot, but at the end of the day, when you're a father and a provider and you feel like you can't provide, um, it's not a great feeling. So, I went from that to rapidly progressing through the job market once I got some traction, and I went from you know unemployed, newly married, newly father, living in my parents' house to owning a home, owning new cars, making uh, above a six-figure package. Um, and that all transpired in about 6 years. I'm 10 years removed now. But all of that growth afforded me the ability to, purchase a home, put a lot of work into a home, and sell a home for a great gain, which has been what eased this transition ultimately. Um, and a lot of people put in this position would start having those regrettive thoughts of, oh man, going back to the way it used to be, or um, thinking that they need to shrink back to a certain job or go back to a hometown or any of that. And I'll be honest, with how much I've developed and changed over the last year, um, certain elements of moving down here were for quality of life, and all of those have come into place. I mean, my mindset is nowhere near where I ever thought it would be. Um, so I wouldn't change any of that. And I look at, now to then, whatever, and I know, just as I was saying a minute ago, when that upswing comes back, because you can't always expect to make a jump and completely land flat on your feet. You might stumble a little bit. And I've had a great first year being down here. If we're going to be quite frank, I backed off the gas pedal a little bit just so I can um, enjoy my family. And we did a lot of things, and that's unfortunately sometimes the trade-off is, if you uh, uh, if you're going to have that family time, the money's going to suffer. But that's just what happens. But um, I know everything's going to be fine. I've been in enough situations in my life now to know that even in the very last 11th hour, um, something can change and you won't ever see it coming. It just pops up and you take a breath and you go, holy crap, I'm all right. You keep moving, and then that moment's always going to come back around again. So I would say for anybody watching this that is feeling this strain of the economy right now, or I know some markets are doing layoffs and things of that nature, it all comes around is the only thing I can say. It's easier said than done to say, don't focus on it. Everything's going to be okay. All of that. It will be, but sometimes you don't even want to hear those words because of how deep things feel at the present moment. So, with that being said, I would just say better days are coming. And, that's one thing, that's one funny thing about living in Florida. I mean, it's really anywhere, but, you know, we have the storms that come through, daily storms. But then also you have these hurricanes, these massive events that come through. And when you think metaphorically, I mean, you have these storms come through and they ravage areas. And I've been through two since being down here. Not direct hits, thank God, but close enough to see the impacts of it. And these things come through and they ravage areas. Just ravage. There's no other word. But then, only a few short hours later, the sun comes out, and the following day, there's almost the most ridiculously beautiful sunsets that happen. And it is the best metaphor for life. You weather the storms, and then there's some type of beauty on the other side of it all. So, just wanted to get a little more personal with you guys. Um, Still weird getting this personal, especially I don't really like to talk about money aspects. I don't know if it's just the way we're raised or socials making it feel like you always got to have a completely different persona, I guess you would say. I don't know. But I thank you all for listening. Uh, Hope you give me a follow on the socials so we can spend some more time daily together. Um, Instagram, TikTok, Threads is Big Lance _ elevated. The YouTube is Beyond _ levels. And all major podcast platforms is Beyond Levels Podcast. That's all I got for you today. We're all going to get through this together, and it is going to be all good. I'm grateful for your time. Be well.